Yo, back. Another episode of S.Y.S.M, man. I am your boy, JustWrite. This is the Speak Your, Speak Mine podcast. I do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. It's been a minute, man. It's been a little minute. Anybody that knows me, man, you know that I work with youth. Technically been working with at-risk youth for a number of years, man. And something that's near and dear to my heart. And we are actually approaching the end of the school year. And I'm already thinking about next year, how we can get better. I'm not talking about the school I'm at in particular. I'm just talking about period. Like, I see the youth today, and I've spoken on it before, but I see a total lack of respect for the elders. I spoke on the fact that I don't necessarily receive that disrespect. One thing I learned early on, and then when I remember myself in school, I think about who was successful in getting through to me. And it was the teachers that actually cared more so about me than the person that I was going to become versus that subject. Don't get me wrong, they wanted me to pass the class, and I did a good job making sure I passed class because I passed all my classes. But my point is, the relationship that you have with these kids means more to them than your title. I'll say it again. The relationship you have with these kids means more to them than your title. And it doesn't matter that you're the principal. It doesn't matter that you're the superintendent, the assistant principal, dean of students, teacher. That doesn't matter if they don't know that you actually care about them. In an ideal world, I guess you could just be the teacher, and they come to your class, they sit down and be quiet and have all the respect in the world. But clearly that's not working. And we don't live in an ideal world. This is what I mean to say. We don't live in an ideal world. That's not how it goes, man. Ask these kids how they doing, for real. When you see that kid acting up in class, instead of your first instinct being to write him off as just some bad kid, try to pull him to the side. Try to hold him after class just to talk to him, not to write him up or not to scold him or anything like that. Not to say that they don't push your buttons and they deserve it. Sometimes I understand discipline and not letting them get away with too much. I definitely understand that. But I also understand the importance of building relationships. When they know that you actually care about them, they're more inclined to have a certain level of respect for you. It doesn't even allow them to be dismissive of the things that you may be saying, of your class rules or whatnot, because they actually respect you, because they know you respect them, not just the grade that they get in your class. They'll perform better for you, I promise. I pull potential kids out of class all the time with the potential of them getting in trouble, right? I go get them, I talk to them, and we have a conversation. They listen, I listen to them. I send them back to class. And not in every case, but in a lot of cases, they go back, they chill out, and they have a good rest of the day. Why is that? It's just the relationship that I have with them that, helps their ears open up to and receive what I'm actually saying. When they don't respect you or you don't have any kind of relationship with you and they're already having a bad day and then you trying to talk to them and just one ear and out the other, they're not really hearing what you're saying. Whether right or wrong, whether they're right or wrong for that. We don't got time to figure that out. We got to figure out how to get through to them. And if you actually care, I would advise anybody thinking about being a teacher, don't sign up for it if all you care about is them getting an A in English or A in science or whatever. If you actually care about kids and you want them to be successful, and be productive citizens in the world, like you really care about them, then yeah, we need you. We need you in education. We actually really need you. It's a tough job. But I'm telling you, what will make it a lot easier is if you actually take the time to build relationships with your students and understand that they respect that relationship way more than they respect your title. You know, something to think about. It's worked for me for years. You know, it's gonna continue to work because when I think about myself, I know that those are the guys who got through to me, and my friends who are a lot like me. I remember those guys who actually pulled me to the side and actually really cared, and really asked me what's going on, how I'm doing for real, check on me. Obviously, I'm not worried about my homework, but checking on me. A lot of things going on in these kids' homes and outside of school that they wear all the time. And nobody cares. Nobody asks about it. Nobody checks on them. Try it. You should try it. I'm not saying be the kid's friend. I'm not. I'm not saying be their best buddy. I don't want nobody to see this and think like, oh, you just in school being cool with the kids. Nah. If you know me, then you know that's not the truth. Um, you know, when I say care about them, I just think about like your parents or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some people grew up with their parents just being their friends or whatever. But for the most part, my mom wasn't somebody I considered to be my best friend. But I knew she had my best interest. I knew how much she cared about things going right, me doing the right thing. I didn't want to disappoint her. The relationship I had with my mother drove me to want to do the right things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, build those relationships, and they'll be more inclined to want to do the right thing instead of doing the wrong thing when they see that you're disappointed in them. You know what I'm saying? That it means something to them more. Um, I mean, all the good teachers that I know, they do a great job of having relationships with their kids, with the kids. You know, a lot of times a good teacher can also be somebody who's just uh, firm. That relationship might be that man, she so golly, she probably do get on your nerves. She probably is a little mean, but she consistent. Consistency. Consistency is key. Make sure that you are consistent. Start off tough. Start off tough. Lay out your ground rules. Let them know what it is, right? And then hold them accountable. And every time you hold them accountable, let them know why you hold them accountable. Because you care. And the world is going to hold them accountable. They can't just do things and not be punished for it. You're not going to, maybe you give them that warning at one time, and then the next time, you let it slide again. Now you can't keep letting it slide. They have to learn because they'll take advantage of you in that case. You don't want that to happen. But you want to be consistent and firm. You can always start off tough, and you can ease up a little bit, and have a free day or something. You know what I mean? But they should know when they come to your class what it is. Every time. And building those relationships will help them respect what you expect from them. If that makes sense to you. You know, just saying, man, give it a try, man. I'm telling you, it's, if you go on with the mindset that, hey, I'm the teacher, I'm the adult, you're going to listen, and that's it. Then that's just, like I said, that's an ideal world. I would love for that to be the case, and it works like that all the time, but it just doesn't. It doesn't. Kids are going to be resistant to that. Kids are going to buck back at that. The kid loses in that fight every time. But I'm saying, I'm sure it drives you crazy too to have to go back and forth battling with kids about like simple things, And even if you did everything that I'm suggesting, you're still going to have, a student or two that you have to do that with. I'm sure of it. But when you have solid relationships with kids, whether you getting on them or you praising them for something they did good, they'll respect it. Like I can get on a kid and they can be mad at me for being mad at them, and the next day they're gonna come give me a hug or give me dap me up and say, "What's up, Mr. Mill?" Because I'm only getting on them because of how much I really care about them. I'm praising them because I'm genuinely proud of them. It's not an act. It's not a front. It never is. It never has been. It never will be. And they should feel that from you. They should feel that from you. They should know that you really care. That the advice that you're giving them is coming from like your heart, like because you really want them to succeed. So those are just those are my tricks. That's what I do. That's the advice I would give anybody, and I think the stronger your relationships are, the more the kids listen to you, and the kids start soaking up the wisdom from the adults. Hopefully we can start ridding ourselves of dealing with the disrespect that this generation seems to have for the elders. It's worth a try. You can't be able to off the chain. So, yeah, man. Understand the importance of building a relationship over your title. Understand consistency. Be firm. Never reward bad behavior. Don't reward bad behavior with, by giving it so much attention. Remove it. Kid act up in class. You've asked this kid to stop. This kid continues to act up. You pull this kid to the side and you talk to him. The kid continues to act up. Just go ahead and get him out of your class. Show the other kids that you're not going to tolerate any type of foolishness and move forward. Kid comes back tomorrow. Kid does it again. Same thing. But don't spend your time going back and forth with a kid in the classroom, giving all the attention to that kid when you got a classroom full of other kids that want to learn. Recognize the bad behavior, get rid of it, and move forward and proceed with the people who really going to be there doing what they're supposed to do. Just be consistent in doing it. Kids respect that. I promise you they do. I know I always did. So, I don't have all the answers, but excuse me. I don't have all the answers. It's just a little advice. So, give it a try, man. Anyway, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Keep God first and check the sizzle.